Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And my brothers and sisters, the content that we're going to talk about today is Liberty Safe again, because they emerged from the shadows of shame and disgrace and, in my opinion, made it worse. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this one, because this is just a situation. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. All right, my brothers and sisters. So if you are not familiar with what happened with Liberty Safe, let me give you a brief primer, very high level. The FBI came to Liberty Safe and said, we need to get into an owner's safe. No subpoena for the company, and they just gave the codes away. And that was essentially what happened. Well, then upon the fury, there was a lot of investigation. It turns out there was a lot of owners donating to Democrats who then were pushing for Ethan's law, safe storage laws, which would require more safe sales, and then also removing tariffs from other safes. There's a lot of very nefarious, dark, shady stuff. We covered it on this channel. Well, then they came out and said, no, we've changed our policies. It's okay. It's okay because now we will not give these codes away outside of a subpoena. Well, you should have done that originally. That should have been the original policy. There was no forgiveness given because, to be quite honest, they screwed the pooch. And then they went a little bit further and they said a few things like, we won't ever do this in the future. You can scrub your own codes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, now there's obviously some sort of loss in revenue stream, or there's some sort of loss in sales, or the effect of this is not what they wanted because it's not going away, because they have made, my brothers and sisters, an announcement to an announcement, or a meeting to a meeting. Check this out. It's from the Liberty Safe Twitter feed. We fully support customer requests to change the customer service master reset code in their Liberty Safe. We will provide guidance next week on how customers can manage these changes since they vary among our product lines. So there's a coming soon code reset instructions. All right. They must be feeling this pretty hard. Because if you're going to come out of the shadows after all the stuff that just took all the heat off of you, and all the headlines disappeared. You had the governor of New Mexico that came out and took all the headlines, stole that thunder. You had Hunter Biden come out. You had the speakership removed. You had all of these massive things happen to get you out of the limelight and all the pressure. And you're still doing these things. That tells me the brand damage was irreparable. This is something that is such a big deal for a Second Amendment company to have the perception of betraying the Second Amendment customers, that they clearly are not recovering in time. Now, here's what I honestly think, because the comments on this were savage. It's linked if you want to check them out. I can't put them all up. I think Katie over at Stone Second Sense is actually putting a lot of those in her videos today. But if you're going to be doing this, and you've already made the mistake that you've made, maybe just keep your head down and weather the storm. Me and Tim were talking about that on Second Legacy this morning. Maybe you just kind of ride this one out and hope that it recovers, because outside of doing these normal little mundane like customer service appearance moves, which are these are essentially PR moves, they're not doing it. And honestly, I don't know what else they're going to do to get this at this level. They are going to have to do something for a long, extended period of time that will turn this brand image around. Like, now I'm not going to say that they are perfect. I'm not going to say that they can turn it around. I'm not saying any of those things. However, when you've had this level of brand damage, these little tit-for-tat, nuanced little, well, maybe we make this statement and maybe we give away for them change codes and we would never keep your codes and you can expunge them from the system if you want. That's not going to recover your brand. That's not going to recover the trust. And that was the theme in a lot of the comments on this Twitter post. You have to do something over an extended period of time that shows you understood you understand you made a mistake. It will never happen again. And here's how you're moving forward to further the gun movement in the Second Amendment. Because quite honestly, it was damning when they did the thing with the FBI. It was kind of a weak sauce piecemeal response when they said the code stuff and the policy changes. But when the Democrat funding came out of people who were infringing upon our rights on the Gun Violence Prevention Task Force in Congress, you got to do something so big and consistently reinforce it that it leaves no question over multiple years. That's just my opinion. But I'm curious, what do you guys think? This was a little bit shorter of a video, but I'm really curious what you think about Liberty, their position, and where you think they can move forward. But let me know in the comments field, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.